Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Blend. I'm Heather Stricker.
And I'm Tina Jennings. Now, even though films from 25 different countries will be shown at this, the 25th year of the Arizona International Film Festival, we're lucky enough to sit down with a filmmaker and a cinematographer who are making a film about Tucson.
That's right. And joining us now is Jeff Moneo and Craig Trudeau. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
This is really exciting. We love the film festival. And Jeff, this is actually your 6th time coming here. So what brings you back?
Well, I came down. The first film that Craig and I had made together had screened at Slam Dance, and somebody from the festival called us and asked if we wanted to screen here. And we said yes, of course. Then we came down and kind of fell in love with Tucson, and every film that I've made since then I've submitted to this festival. And I think it's a special festival in that they treat short filmmakers and feature filmmakers and documentarians all the same, and it's a real friendly filmmakers festival. And so anybody that makes films, I think, should come down here. And Tucson's a great city.
Well, I mean, now that you and Tucson are BFFs, you decided to make a film about kind of artists here, right?
Yeah, that's sort of the general thing. The way it started, I was here last year with my first feature when Craig actually won an award for cinematography at the festival last year for that feature called Big Muddy. And I was speaking with Julio, who's the director of the festival, and he had asked me if I'd be interested in doing something because it was the 25th anniversary, and I said I wanted to make a film. And he loved this film Danceland that I made and wanted to do something similar to that. So we've been going around for the past week filming artists in their studios and sort of their process of creation. And we've met some really interesting people. We were hanging out with Rudy Flores yesterday, he's got a thing called the Army Man Project. And so he takes, maybe you can explain, it's like 3D imaging.
Yeah, he images people in 3D and then creates like a figurine, like an action figure based off of them, and he's done it with a lot of Tucson artists.
So if you've seen
musicians.
those little green army men, he does that. So he did ours. So we're gonna have little action figures made of ours. He's done one of Magic Kenny Bang Bang and a bunch of different people from around Tucson.
Well, that's how you know you've made it, when you're a little army man.
Yeah,
that's how you made it in life.
Yeah, and he's got a whole bunch. It's really interesting. And musicians that come through town, he brings them down to the studio and images them and stuff like that. It's a really unique thing. And so we've been talking to people like that sort of all over Tucson.
Yeah, I mean, really, you're staying very busy because you even went to, was it Desert View High School for part of the festival in schools. So tell us about that experience.
Well, I've been fortunate enough to be part of festival in the schools sort of since I've started coming to this festival. And so each year I'll come down, I'll do a talk in a class and talk about the filmmaking process. And so we were out at Desert View last week. We screened a couple of films that I'd made, and then we sort of talked about the process of making a film and what type of films you can make, and it's different than when we started. It was not as easy to make a film, and digital technology has kind of changed it and made it open to everybody. And I think that's one thing with those students, they have the ability to make their own films now, and I think it's just trying to figure out what type of stories you want to tell. So we talked about that at the school.
Well, I think that's great. And I know we hit on a little bit of stuff along the way. Craig, we also hit on the fact that you were together during 2004 when we did Danceland together. Is that kind of where your relationship started, or did you guys know each other way before that? How did this come together?
Yeah, it came, as far as meeting Jeff, I actually met him in a school that we both attended in Vancouver, and that was kind of the information I was imparting to the kids at the festival in the schools program, is just go to your whoever has your equipment room and just keep getting gear, working with it, experimenting, trying anything you can, and I'm sure.
Yeah, we'd known each other for a while. We played in a band together, and did a whole bunch of stuff.
That's how all stories start, right? We were in a band together.
We were in a band.
Actually, the band kind of came after the film. We sort of started a band to raise money for the film, and
even better.
And collected cans.
Well, and that helps too. Well, I know we were talking before the show started about, you had your first feature last year at the festival. So for the project that you're working on now, what are you kind of hoping for?
Well, we want to screen it at next year's festival. I mean, the hope is that we can do something that's more than just a film. We're kind of calling it a pop-up film, sort of one-time film event, and we would like to have it open the festival. We'll see. There's, logistics that kind of go into that, but that's sort of the plan right now. and have live score. So we have a band playing the music live over the film, and maybe do live reads with local poets and writers and stuff like that, and create kind of like a multimedia sort of film event as opposed to just screening a film that we've made. And
Yeah.
because we went around and been talking to all these artists and musicians and all these people,
they
there's
could
been a
have
lot
a
of interest in it. So.
Yeah.
And would you say at this film festival, for anyone that wants to come and watch some of the films, it's kind of a large gamut of different kinds of films that they'll see?
Yeah, and I think, you know, from here to the end, there's a film that I think is completely worth coming out and seeing. There's a film called America Recycled, screening tomorrow, about two brothers that sort of traveled across from coast to coast, sort of staying with people, and I've met them. They're from Portland, I believe. I think their film screens tomorrow evening at 6.
Kandahar Diaries.
The Kandahar Journals,
Kandahar
which is on
Journals.
Friday evening, and I believe screens again on Saturday. And then there's Out of the Desert, which is, I believe, a film primarily about Hal Gelb and giant sand, and that screens Thursday evening.
It's always great to hear one filmmaker kind of endorse another film, because you know it's good, because you know you're looking for things that are great. Well, gentlemen, I want to thank you so much, one, for coming in to talk to us, and two, for actually, you know, making a film about the artist here in Tucson, because I think that's something, like you said, very interesting, and a lot of people can't wait till next festival to see it. So thank you guys again.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Now, you can attend the Arizona International Film Festival now through May 1st, so there's still time. For more details, log on to filmfestivalarizona.com.